Hey Reefers, back with another update on the 120 gallon. Everything's been going pretty well. I've just upped the dosing of the alkalinity and calcium by about, I upped the calcium by 15 seconds every hour and the alkalinity by, I believe, 15 or 20 seconds. Alkalinity is now at 2 minutes on the doser every hour at the top of the hour. And the calcium is at 1.5 minutes at the 30-minute mark every hour. Because I tested today and the alkalinity was at 7.9 and I like to keep it above 8. The calcium was almost spot on, it was just a hair low. And the magnesium was a little bit low. So I'll be mixing up a batch of that and dosing that soon. But I think the reason the elements are going a little bit quicker is because I've been using more of the Red Sea recommended schedule. I've been using the trace colors. I only use that every other day, and I dose 2 mils per. I've been using the Coral Nutrition Reef Energy A and B, 8 milliliters of that every day. When I feed the food to the coral, the lobo back here, the lobo up there, the frog spawn, the acans, the pagoda cup, this lobo that I need to write again, and the acans over here, they get fed out of this syringe. Just because I'm able to, it has a bigger hole. That's what she said. That's what he said. Hey, 2019, that's what everybody says. So I feed a lot of reef chili to the, in this first bit, and then I put a little bit of reefroids in there, just because they seem to like the flavor of this. Everything seems to open up a little bit better for this, but I like the larger sizes that the reef chili has, especially for those larger polyps coral. So I'll initially mix up a big batch of pasty mix in this, suck as much as I can in this, and that's what I'll feed those corals. And then I'll use this little one for the rest of the coral. I intentionally hit the higher end acros first. I always hit the chalice corals, the montes, just the more demanding stuff. Like the pallies, the purple pally back there, these guys on the rock, the Lakers back there. If they get hit a little bit, that's fine, but mainly I'm hitting the higher end stuff, all of the SPS just to make sure that it gets fed. I know that it's picking up stuff through the water column and it's doing fine, but I'd rather focus feed it. All right, so one big change. I did order another T5 unit. Bulk Reef Supply had a 48-inch reef breeder 2-bulb fixture. The problem with this, man, that's bright. Okay, so the problem with this is it did not fit within this space, so I had to modify it. Fits perfectly in there now. I kind of have it on this system where when I need to feed the tank, I just lift this up and clip it on up here. Same thing with this side. So now the old T5 setup is back there and it's kind of angled forward. It doesn't really help that much, but for some reason I thought it'd be a good idea. At least it's not going face down onto those plastic drain covers, which I do need to remake them with a full front, all the way across here, because there is algae growth on the 2 pipes back there. But so that's the lighting for now. That should be enough. 4 4-foot bulbs and 2 Orphic Atlantics, an Atlantic and a compact. I am pretty happy with the lighting scenario right here. Everything seems to be lit very well. Seems to be fully covered. So hopefully this will last for a little while. We'll see. Everything down in the sump has been going all right. I've recently been, I'm not going to say it's twice as much production, but I am getting a lot more wet skimmate out of the skimmer. I kind of turned it up a little bit. I bumped this, I think it was when I was changing out the carbon, but I bumped this, so I lost my whatever setting I was on. You kind of turn it to tune in how much water or how much waste you're going to be collecting, basically. So it's been a little bit of a change getting it dialed back in. This is 2 days of collection, so it's still it's quite a bit wetter than it was before, but I'm happy with it. I replaced the filter and or the fleece on this, and I've already collected quite a bit. This is one downside. Sometimes it gets a little cattywampus, but it kind of corrects itself. See how it seems to be this side that always fills up first. I don't know if it's due to how the motor is on this side. I don't know, but it seems to always be that way. Works perfectly. I know people love the clear filter, and this one came out first. I don't think the clear was out when I bought this, or maybe it had just come out. But all the videos and everything I'd ever seen was on the full size Thieling roller mat, and then this one came out and was in the budget. And I popped it in. I absolutely love it. I hated taking filter socks out every single day because I only had a spot for one sock, and that was just horrible. One thing I do need to address, well, there are a couple down here. The glass down here needs a little bit more cleaning. It's been probably a month or so since I cleaned this. I'm going to find some, so this heater is plugged in right now. That's the heater I'm using. That's the Phoenix 500 watt titanium. And then I have a 300 over here that is not plugged in anymore. I have the T5 plugged into that. So one thing I need to do is get that over onto this aquarium controller. I just haven't programmed it. I need to find the sheet so I can figure out how to program that again. But then I'll have that second heater slot on that. But I need some sort of power head in this last section. There's a lot of crap on here. There's a lot of detritus that grows down in, or that just settles in here. You can kind of see a slime on the top. Just needs some sort of water movement like every other compartment has. I can see all the bubbles, so it just needs something. I tried to put the water outlet over here from the carbon reactor, but it's just not providing enough. There's just not enough flow. Not that you want a large water flow going through here, otherwise it'll tumble the carbon and crush it, whatever. But so that's what's going on down here. Alkalinity and calcium are still fairly full. So everything's running really well down there. All the corals are happy, fish are happy. There will be a new fish addition soon. I don't have very many. That's almost all of them right there. There's just Nemo, who is almost always in this corner, and Mandy the Mandarin. She has been out a ton. She has been coming out to the front glass, hanging out on the front rocks a lot. Just super happy being in the tank, being visible, and it's great for me because I bet I didn't see her for 3 months out of the first 4 months that I had her. So I love that she's out and about now.